Let's take a look at how to create and configure lookups and see how they are used in a search. Lookups are used at search time to further enrich the data that we already have indexed. Lookups bring in additional fields to provide further context, as we see in this example. What we're looking at here is an RFID number, but we don't have very much information in terms of who is the employee associated with that RFID number in this badge reader data. We have the option to bring in that additional information via a lookup. Once we do that, we can see on the very right-hand side that we have some additional context, such as the first name, last name, username, department, email address that's associated with that radio frequency ID number. In this case, we have some static data, and we may want to add some additional context by pulling from a standalone file at search time to add additional fields to use in our searches. These fields come from a file-based lookup, which is typically going to consist of a CSV file, and a few uses of it may be to do things like provide additional descriptions for HTTP status codes, define the specific category or type of status that we're working with in these events. And we invoke these lookups using the lookup command, or having these lookups automatically populate these fields in the sidebar every time we run a search across a specific source type. These fields that are brought in via a lookup, their values are going to be case sensitive by default. One example is a products.csv file. Each column represents the field that will be brought into Splunk, and the values down each column will be that field's associated value. One of these fields in the header row is going to be what we call the input field, which is a field that already exists within our data in Splunk and that exists within this CSV file. In this example, that input field is the product ID field, which exists in both the Access Combined events and within this products.csv file. And although the input field does not have to be the first leftmost field in the CSV file, this is considered a best practice. All of the remaining fields, such as product name, category ID, price, sale price, and code, are our output fields. And those are going to be searchable after the lookup is defined.